take one. We are driving around the city of Rancho Cucamonga. Kind of take a look at what it looks like. It's a Tuesday, about 4 p.m. out here. And I'm in the car trying to do a windshield assessment. So there's probably going to be a lot of stop and cuts, and so that we can get a pretty good view of Rancho Cucamonga about this time. Multiple shopping centers. There are communities of apartments almost on every quarter in this area. Multiple houses. There's a shopping center right here. Multiple shopping centers. Not a lot of traffic out, and because we're still in the COVID, so a lot of places are closed and not a lot of people out and around. Usually there would be more people, but given the circumstances, it's not working out yet. So we will go try to see all the parks right now and see what else we can find. All right, see you in a minute. So here's one of the areas of Rancho Cucamonga that are, it's just bare land. There's not a lot of this in Rancho Cucamonga anymore. It used to be this way, but you can see how well kept it is. Yeah, there's little weeds, but they're not overgrown. There's nothing like old cars or trash. All right, so we're at the Terra Vista Town Center. See the little sign there. It is across the street from the last place, but I'm coming in the back way because there's less traffic. It's easier, so you can see the back of all the stores. Over here, there is a Subway, a movie theater, not like an Edwards Cinema or Regal or anything like that. It's just a little cinema. It has like 6 or 7 screens. But it's a very good price, so a lot of us, we just love it. So let's go around. That's a Subway right there, but I don't see the sign. And our movie theater, still kind of at back of most of the stores, so let's get to the front. Some of the buildings up here are empty. This is one of the bigger shopping centers, most of which is closed, empty parking lots. There's a GameStop and jewelry store, and up here is a Ross clothing store, general nutrition store, let's see, Charter Communications, that's the Spectrum. That's the main company that does all the cable and whatnot. So there's a store right there to pay your bill and whatnot. Old Navy. We're just sitting at a traffic light. It's a pretty major intersection. There's a policeman. I gotta be careful so he doesn't pull me over. The Habit, Cafe Rio, those are all restaurants. And then there's a Mimi's Cafe and a hotel. Still, everything looks really, really good. Safe community. If you can see, there's one of the bus stops, Omnitrans. That's our major transportation of buses around here. There's multiple bus stops. So here we are. It's hard to see here, Route 66 trailhead in the city of Rancho Cucamonga. Is a very popular place where people can park. You can do a little bit of hiking, and there's a trail that goes all the way across the city. That you could ride your bike on, or walk, or whatever. Let's see. They've got a restroom here, but even still, this is just the parking lot. It is very well maintained. The grounds right here are very maintained. There's no weeds growing. Lots of gardening that the city takes care of. Here's more of the trail. We're just going to go underneath it right here. Route 66 is what we're on. I hear that, oh, see, now this is overgrown. Nothing there. Doesn't look very well maintained. But I hear this Route 66, you can take all the way from the west coast to the east coast just on this street. So that would be really cool to do someday. But this is a little bit of the older part of Rancho. It's still well maintained. And right now we're out heading into Upland, which is one of the neighboring cities, so we're gonna flip around and go north and see what we can find in those areas. We are right on the border of Upland and Rancho Cucamonga, but the reason I wanted to stop here is because there are in Rancho and even bordering Rancho a variety of doctors' offices, pediatrics, internal medicine, family practice, head and neck surgery, facial and plastic surgery, cardiology. There was dermatology, just almost anything you could ask for. And that's even true in Rancho. It's impossible to be able to, see all of them. Right up there, you see San Antonio Regional Hospital. It's a pretty big hospital. Again, it's in Upland, but it's right on the border of Rancho Cucamonga and Upland. Probably the closest one to Rancho. So we'll continue on. Still on the border of Rancho and Upland, but as you can see, it's a huge field. You can do baseball there, football, soccer, any of those things. Huge field. And then we're coming up here on the YMCA. There's a huge YMCA building we had passed earlier. I didn't get to get the video of it, but you could do hockey there, skating, all kinds of those kinds of amenities. Upland Animal Shelter. There's some YMCA. There's a playground there, daycare there. Also bordering this is a park, a huge park. And also down here are oh my gosh, so many doctors' offices, which probably is expected around this suburban town because the hospital's just straight ahead. That is the San Antonio Regional Hospital. Closest hospital in Rancho. If you were injured in Rancho, then that's most likely where you would go. Let's see what else. All right, let's try to head back. I'm going to try to get over to the city hall and the court services that are there for Rancho, but in front of me is just a bunch of offices of doctors and whatnot. We are on the southwest of Rancho Cucamonga. Lots of greenery. There's buildings. It's mostly the industrial area. The neighboring city below is Ontario, and we'll keep going south and see what we find. So this is one of the housing neighborhoods. You can see it's a little bit more run down than when we're further north. That's kind of how it is here in Rancho. Not run down as a horrible place to live. It's still fairly maintained, but the houses aren't kept up as much as up north. There's a lot of storage going on. See, I just found a yard that's not maintained. And we're supposed to have environmental services that come around and make sure that these things are maintained. But whatever, I don't know what's going on. There's an old car with spider webs. That's not supposed to be happening. This car should not be parked on the side of the road for any amount of time. There's the trash cans people have out. So today was probably trash day. So I was going down the street and I came across a basin. We don't have a lot of flooding in this city, but we do have drainage systems and these basins to keep the flooding under control.